Want to speak real English from your first lesson? Sign up for your free lifetime account at EnglishClass101.com.
Hi everybody, my name is Alicia. In this lesson, I'm going to talk about the differences between have and had. I'm going to look at three very common ways that we use these words. Let's get started. Okay, the first way that we use these words is to express ownership. So ownership, this means when we have like an item, there's something that belongs to us, or when we want to talk about like personalities or personal characteristics. When we want to talk about owning that or something belonging to us, we use have or past tense had to do that. So, to make a basic ownership expression with this verb, we use have plus our noun phrase. So for example, marker is a noun phrase, a marker. So I have a marker is a very simple ownership expression. This is present tense, have. When the subject of the sentence is he, she, or it, we change the verb have to has. She has a marker, he has a marker. So keep in mind the subject of your sentence will change the way that you have to say the verb or spell the verb. So we follow it with a noun phrase. When we want to make a past tense statement, we change have to had. This is true if the subject is she, he, it, anything. We use had for past tense ownership statements. So I had a red marker. Now I have a blue marker, for example. I had in the past, now I have present tense. So we use had and have to express past and present ownership of things and characteristics. Some more examples. First, I have a cookie. Have, present tense. This shows us right now, the speaker has a cookie. The speaker has a cookie. I have a cookie. Another one, past tense here. I had a dog when I was a kid. So here I had a dog when I was a kid. This is my point in time or my period of time. This was the time in which I had a dog, past tense. Here's some examples where the subject is he and she. He has a lot of money. He has a lot of money. We use has because the subject is he. He has a lot of money. Finally, she has a lot of responsibilities. She has a lot of responsibilities. Again, the subject is she, so we use has instead of have. This is only for the present tense. She has a lot of responsibilities. So, this is the first use of have and had to express ownership. Let's move on to point number 2 for this lesson. Point number 2, we use have and had to make the perfect tenses. So we use perfect tense. We can use present perfect tense, past perfect tense, future perfect tense to talk about actions that started in the past and continued until a certain point in time. So when we make present perfect tense sentences, we use have, or again has. It follows the same rule as over here. If the subject is she, he, or it, we use has. So we use have or has, but we follow it with the past participle form of a verb. This is a special form of each verb that we attach to this verb, have or has. So this is to make the present perfect tense. When we make the past perfect tense, however, we use had plus the past participle form of the verb. So again, there's only one word here. There's no change if the subject changes. So past perfect, had, present perfect, have or has. For more information on these tenses and what they mean, please check our website, EnglishClass101.com, or please do a quick search on our YouTube channel for present perfect tense or past perfect tense videos for more information about this grammar point. Let's look at some examples, though, of how we use these to make our statements in perfect tenses. First, I have studied English for 3 years. I have studied English for 3 years. So, Have is used here before studied. Studied is the past participle form of the verb study. I have studied English, in this case, for 3 years. The speaker includes a length of time. I have studied English for 3 years. Let's change the subject of the sentence. She has been waiting for an hour. She has been waiting for an hour. So here we're focusing on a continuing action, but we change have to has because the subject is she. We use been because been is the past participle form of the verb be. So not she has be, she has been waiting. She has been waiting. So this is, again, a present perfect tense expression. Here we're using it with the continuous form or the progressive form. Now, let's take a look at some past perfect examples. I had just arrived home when the phone rang. I had just arrived home when the phone rang. Here you'll notice I included just. So I want to show something happened very quickly after this thing. Or rather, I want to show that something happened very quickly, like back to back. So one thing happened and then another thing happened. I had just arrived home when the phone rang. So had is used here because this is a past situation. So I just arrived home, I had just arrived home when the phone rang. So in the moment after that, very quickly. So I use just before the past participle verb arrived. Arrived. So arrived is the past participle form of the verb arrive. I can use just to modify that. So another example, we had been working all night when we got the news that the project was canceled. We had been working all night when we got the news that the project was canceled. Again, had comes before my past participle verb, be becomes been. And I'm using another progressive example, an ing example. You'll also notice that with past perfect, we tend to use this when we're telling stories in a sequence. So past perfect thing, the thing that happened far, far, far in the past, we use past perfect tense. And then we use simple past tense. We see this in these two examples. This happened first, had just arrived home, far in the past, when the phone rang. So this is my simple past tense statement. Just arrived home, phone rang. So we understand the sequence of events there by using past perfect, simple past. Same thing here. We had been working all night, continuing to work. We've been working all night when we got the news. We got, simple past tense, we got the news that the project was canceled. So we use this, these two past forms together to tell stories in sequence. Okay, so again, if you want more information about these grammar points, please do a search of the YouTube channel or the website. Okay, so let's move on to our third use of these words for this lesson. We use have and had to talk about responsibilities. This is a very common use of these words. When we talk about present tense responsibilities, we use have or has, again, for he, she, and it subjects, plus to, plus a present tense verb. Of course, we can change this with use of don't. We can make it a negative, don't have to, doesn't have to, and so on. But making a positive sentence for the purposes of this lesson is done in this way. Same thing with had. When we're making a past tense responsibility expression, we use had plus to plus the present tense verb. So this had is the only change. Changes from have in present tense. So let's look at some examples. First, I have to go to the bank. I have to go to the bank. Have to plus present tense verb. Go is my present tense verb. I have to go to the bank. Responsibility statement. If my subject is he, she, or it, I need to change my verb to has. She has to leave the office. Leave is my simple present tense verb. I've connected it with to. She has to leave the office. Past tense examples. We had to buy new shoes. We had to buy new shoes. So we is the subject. Had shows it's a past tense expression. To connects to buy, my present tense verb. We had to buy new shoes. Finally, he had to find a new job. So again, my subject is he, but there's no change to the verb in past tense. He had to find a new job. So had to, present tense verb is find. He had to find a new job. So we can use have and had and has to talk about explaining our responsibilities. So these are three ways that you can use have and had and has as well. So I hope that they help you in understanding how these words are used. Again, if you want some more information about these grammar points, please make sure to search our YouTube channel or check out our website, EnglishClass101.com. Of course, if you liked this lesson, please don't forget to give it a thumbs up and subscribe to our channel if you have not already. Also, if you have any questions or comments, or if you want to practice making an example sentence, please feel free to do so in the comment section of this video. Thank you very much for watching this lesson, and I will see you again soon. Bye-bye. Want to speed up your language learning? Take your very first lesson with us. You'll start speaking in minutes and master real conversations. Sign up for your free lifetime account. Just click the link in the description.